Welcome to this video on troubleshooting Linux and how to get help when you encounter issues. This video covers self-diagnosis steps, essential information to prepare, where and how to ask questions in communities, reporting etiquette, and helpful tips for effective troubleshooting. The first step is to understand the problem. Identify exactly what is happening, when it occurs, what you were doing at the time, and copy any error messages exactly as they appear. Next, determine if anything recently changed. Consider if you updated your system, installed new software or drivers, changed settings, or connected new hardware. Search before you ask. Paste your error messages into a search engine using quotes for accurate results. You can also try using a different user account or safe mode to isolate whether the issue is with your settings or the system itself. To diagnose system issues, you can use commands like uname-a for kernel and architecture information, lsb-release-a for distribution details, or check the /etc/os-release file. For hardware information, use lspci to list PCI devices, lsusb for USB devices, or lshw-short for a concise summary of your hardware. Check system logs and status with journalctl-xe, dmesc for kernel messages, or systemctl-failed for service errors. You can also check disk space and memory usage. Pro tip: redirect output to a text file for easy sharing. If your system won't boot, try selecting a previous kernel version in the grub menu. Use a live USB to check partitions with fsck, or check your boot order settings. For network issues, use IPA to see if your interface is active. Test connectivity with ping and check the status of Network Manager. If an application crashes, try running it from the terminal to see more detailed errors. Use LDD to check for missing libraries and verify file permissions and available disk space. If hardware is not detected, confirm it appears in LSPCI or LSUSB. Check dmessage for specific hardware logs and ensure the necessary drivers or firmware are installed. Asking for help in Linux often emphasizes independence. Since most support comes from volunteers, providing clear, detailed data is necessary for them to assist you effectively. Remember, the more complete the information you provide, the faster you can get a solution. Following these guidelines helps ensure you aren't asked the same questions repeatedly. Before asking for help, prepare your distribution name and kernel version, hardware specifications, full error text, a description of the steps you've already tried, and the context of the issue. When asking for help, avoid vague statements like "it is broken" or using unclear titles. Avoid posting massive, unfiltered logs. Instead, use pastebin. Never ask before attempting to troubleshoot on your own, and avoid using all caps. There are many great resources for help in English. These include Ask Ubuntu, Reddit's r/Linux questions, the Linux Questions Forum, official distribution forums, documentation wikis, and Stack Overflow for programming-specific questions. Make sure you choose the right forum for your topic. Direct hardware questions to general forums, package issues to your distribution's specific channel, and coding issues to places like Stack Overflow. For local support, there are several Indonesian language communities available, including Telegram groups, Facebook groups like Komunitas Linux Indonesia, local WhatsApp discussion groups, and various user forums. To ask effectively, create a clear, complete report. Use a descriptive title. Detail the steps taken to troubleshoot, include your system information and relevant error messages, and wait patiently for replies. Once your issue is resolved, be sure to update your post. Share the solution in the thread and mark it as solved if the platform allows it, which helps future users with similar problems. Here is an example of a good request. State your distribution and version, identify the hardware, describe the symptoms, and mention any previous attempts to fix it. A complete request should include the specific error messages and any relevant log output, and importantly, note when the problem first started occurring. To summarize, always search for your error first. Gather all relevant system data, choose the right forum, and remain professional and patient while waiting for a response. Remember, Linux support is community-driven and relies on volunteers. Helping yourself first is the best way to get help from others, and sharing your solutions keeps the community growing. Thanks for watching.